have a kitty cameo, which is very apt given that we have a cat cafe. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today, as you can guess, I have a kit called Cat Cafe to share with you as a sneak peek from Diamond Art Club. Thanks to DAC for sending this over. This is one of their new releases this weekend, and my hope is that this unboxing will give you a good look at this kit so you can decide, oh, here comes my cat again, if this is a kit that you would like to grab for yourself when it comes out this weekend. So, to give you a quick rundown of the release info, it is coming out tomorrow, which is Saturday, February, what are we on, the 21st at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Pacific. And if you are in the Diamond or Ruby tier of the rewards program, you do get a half an hour early access window starting at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to see if I can get my dapper little familiar here. So go ahead and move on out of the frame. Can I show them this kit, my dear? Yes, you are so handsome and your purr is just delightful. Are you jealous? You jealous of the little void kitty we've got going on here? All right. So the name of this kit, oh, there he goes, is Cat Cafe by ChrissaBug. Here's a look at the rendering of the artwork. I'll give you a better look at it once we actually open up this kit. Size-wise, if you couldn't guess from all the details in this, it's going to be a big one. 65 by 97.8 centimeters or 25.6 by 38.6 inches. It's going to have square drills. It really looks like this does have enough detail that even at this size point, we want that extra level of detail that square drills are going to give us. Now, this is going to have 72 colors, including 1 AB and 4 fairy dust. Over 100,000 diamonds total in this one, and I want to count at some point just how many cats are in this amazing artwork because I'm in love. On the back, there's some information about how to diamond paint. Now, if you're new to this craft, first off, props to you for potentially starting with a really big kit like this one, but sure, why not? Seriously, go for it. I will have some how-tos and demos linked in the description box of this video if you want to have just some suggestions and tips for how to get started. Kit contents all written out here. We're going to go through all of this together, and they also do put a sticker with the name of the kit at the bottom of the box for convenience sake. Now, if you're brand new to Diamond Art Club and thinking of making your very first purchase, whether it's this weekend or another time, I do have a 20% off discount code you're welcome to use. It's just my name, Katie, K-A-T-I-E, and the number 20. Just move this black cat fur glitter out of the way. Like I said, that's 20% off your very first purchase, and it is an affiliate code, so I may make a small commission if you choose to use it. That said, there's no pressure, but I'm stuck here. Okay, thank you so much if you do use it. I always appreciate that. All right, let's take a look at what we've got in terms of our, oh, there we go, litter box zoomies. This really is the cat themed video. So, toolkit. In case you're not familiar with what DAC includes in their toolkits, I want to give you a quick peek. They do some nice upgrades from kind of your run-of-the-mill standard diamond painting toolkit. They do have some nice upgrades from your standard run-of-the-mill diamond painting toolkit, including their twist and pick pen, which is thicker and comes preloaded than a basic pink pen. It comes preloaded with a clear wax. Pull this open real quick. If you want to have the wax come out the end, you just give it a twist. They call this a twist and pick pen, so that's how it gets its name. And you'll see the wax start to come out the end. Sometimes they load more wax in these pens than others. Like, oh, that's almost enough of a pain to twist to get out. I would go ahead and twist it back the opposite direction to load some more wax in there. They give you a whole brick of their clear wax that you can load into there. At the other end of the pen is a 4-placer, and it is removable. They give you, oh, let me just throw that everywhere. They give you a 7-placer as well. If you'd rather swap that in, you can. They also fit the, this fits the metal multi-placers they sell on the website. Just make sure that if you get one of those, you're getting one of the ones that has the push-in style and not the threaded screw-in style. Then you get a plate of their pink, I'm a klutz today, good grief. You get some of their pink heart wax. So you could use this in the single or multi-placer if you wanted to as well. They give you some plastic baggies you can store some of your leftover diamonds in, and then their trays are my favorite of their upgrades. They're a lot bigger than a standard tray. They fit quite a lot of diamonds in them. I'm a multi-placing person, so I like being able to put a ton of diamonds in there. is going on with these marks in here? I don't know. Looks like it'll wipe right out, but still, that's weird. There's a stopper you can remove as well as a sliding lid, and these are stackable. There's little cutouts at the top and bottom, so you can use multiple of these and stack them if you want. So that's a look at Diamond Art Club's toolkits. Like I said, some nice steps up from the run-of-the-mill diamond painting toolkit, I think. Let's see what our Treasure Quest card's going to be. All right, so Treasure Quest cards. This is a pretty collectible with the artwork and the name, and it's also part of a secondary rewards program. Each of these Treasure Quest cards comes with, well, it has a rank. So this one is bronze, which is by far the most common. If you get a diamond painting kit that comes with a Treasure Quest card, it's almost certainly going to be a bronze card. If you get this kit, while you are likely to get a bronze card, it's also possible you'll get one of the other tiers of cards. There's silver, gold, and black, with black being the rarest. There's a redemption code you can scratch off to get to here, and once you've gotten various combinations of the different ranks of cards, you can redeem them for things like gift cards or even a custom diamond painting. I'll have a video linked below where I demonstrate and kind of explain that whole process if you're curious. On the inside of this envelope, there's some helpful info and tips and stuff. They do have a Facebook group that you can join when you made your first purchase. They also have a mobile app, which you can use if you want to get notifications and all that good stuff. Here is a look at the original artwork. I just really freaking love ChrissaBug's artwork. It's so cute. She does a lot of witches and also does a lot of cats, and so this is not surprising, but I love the level of detail in this one. It's so cute. The color palette is really pretty as well. Lots of neutrals, like you can see here, a lot of earth tones as well. 72 colors in total. The right-hand column has the DMC code for each color. This comes from the DMC brand of floss, like in cross stitch, and most diamond painting companies use this color code system. Diamond Art Club puts special drills at the end, so Z is going to be their fairy dust diamonds, AB, that's going to be our AB. I also just wanted to point out that they have a range of 6,000 range colors. Those are actually not DMC codes. Those are colors that Diamond Art Club has created specifically to fill gaps in the DMC color code system. Certain color families like browns, purples, blues tend to be a little bit limited in terms of what the DMC has to offer. And since Diamond Art Club does make all their diamonds in-house, they're able to do things like go, hey, let's make some of these colors so that we can match the original artwork a bit more closely. Looks like we're starting at the top here. Oh, this is big. Oh my gosh. We got one kitty up there, one kitty up here. I can't tell if that's I think that's a pillow and not a whole cat. But 2 kitties so far, 3, 4, oh my gosh, void kitties. This is literally how Skip likes to lay in Adam's arms. Skip doesn't love when I hold him. He loves when Adam holds him. We both serve different purposes. Also, we have another one up there I just missed. Another kitty right there. Little kitty in the background with the scratching post, kitty being nosy, kitty over here. And okay, I don't see any. I wasn't sure if there'd be any others hiding down here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 cats, assuming I haven't missed any, which is possible. So this is really cute. Let me kind of give you a little pan over here. You can see all the details. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to see where the special drills go, of course, and to give you guys a good look at what this kit looks like. Speaking of, though, if you would like to see the whole canvas in frame, I will pop a picture up here on the screen for you so you can see it there, since here I can't really fit it very easily all in frame. What a fun kit. I love all the details. It's going to be really neat to work on because as you go, each section that you complete, you're going to see a different element of the artwork done. All right, let's talk about features of the kit. Like I said, for those of you that are newer to this company and not familiar. So the canvas material, let's start with that. Diamond Art Club's canvases, I really like them a lot. No complaints at all. They tend to lay flat super well and hold diamonds well. That's really what I'm looking for. The back is soft, nice to diamond paint on in general, and they use poured glue. I'd call that pretty sticky. They also have a thick plastic cover with perforated sections that you can kind of give it a tug to tear, with lines to see where the edges are. So if you like having those designated sections to work within, you have that as an option to use. They also have legends at the top left as well as over at the bottom right. Then down here at the bottom left of the canvas, we have the name, the size, and copyright with the artist's name. So copyright, what that means is that this piece is legally licensed. ChrissaBug has given permission for the use of this artwork by Diamond Art Club as a diamond painting and is being compensated for it as well. And this is going to be the case with all of the kits that Diamond Art Club carries, so you can rest assured with that. Here we've got their socials and yet another discount code, and your kit also comes with a lifetime warranty. As long as you're the original person that purchased the kit, you're covered under that lifetime warranty, which includes things like if you were to run out of a drill color or run into any issues with your kit, you can contact customer support and they can take it from there. Looking up close at this kit, I just want to get a sense for how is the symbol clarity and what are we looking at in terms of color blocking versus confetti. Confetti is where you have a lot of color changes in a small area, like you can kind of see in our little cat friend's head here. And with lots of confetti or confetti areas like that, you tend to be doing more single placing as well as changing out the color in your tray more often. The trade-off in a good way is though that you tend to get a lot of detail, but it'll take a little bit longer to get through. The opposite of confetti is what we call color blocking. Here's a great example over here. It's a large block of that one color there. I see it a lot in this background, actually. In areas with color blocking, you can use a multi-placer. It'll go faster because between the multi-placing and having that color in your tray for longer, it just can be a little speedier. It's a little easier to get through. So looks like this one has a good amount of color blocking in the background, but then in some of the detailed areas like the bookshelf, and if we're up close on the cat's faces or something like that, we have a bit more in the way of confetti. So I'd say this is a pretty balanced canvas when it comes to color blocking and confetti, depending on what you're personally looking for. I like a nice mix of both because confetti keeps it interesting, but color blocking keeps it moving. I like to just do a quick measurement for posterity just to see. We're at about 98 centimeters up and down. And this way we're at 60, almost 65. Okay, and that's where this is 65 by 97.8. We are safely true to size. Not surprising. We usually are. I just like to double check because every once in a while there's a mistake. That happens. So drills, we have our pack of diamonds here. They do put a sticker on here to tell you what kit they go with just in case you store these separately. All right, there's our color spread. Yeah, lots of earth tones and overall neutrals. So if that's looking like a soothing, calming color palette to you, then you're in luck. Now, these are going to have the DMC code printed on the bag. They're not in DMC order, though. They're roughly in order of weight or how many diamonds there are. We have several bags of 3371. Here we have 2 bags of our first special drill, Z747. Let's zoom in and take a closer look. Z is going to denote their fairy dust diamonds. Fairy dust diamonds they have what looks like a fine glitter coating on the top. It gives them a pearlescent effect. It's a subtle sheen, but does still stand out from regular diamonds a bit and does still enhance the canvas. So we have 2 bigger sizes, bags of this Z747. Here's one of our 6000s range colors. Like I mentioned earlier, there are some color families in the DMC that are a little bit more limited in terms of shade ranges, and so that's kind of what you're seeing here. Here's our next special drill. Oh my gosh, I love this olive green. You can really see the fairy dust coating on these. Such a gorgeous shimmer. I love it. Now we will go through the canvas together. Once we've looked at all the diamonds, we'll go through the canvas from top to bottom and see where these different special drills are found so you can kind of see what to expect. More neutrals, and here is our one and only AB that's in this kit. So we have AB 5200. AB stands for Aurora Borealis. These get their name from the northern lights and have a very sparkly iridescent coating on the top. It's going to grab your eye and draw it to the areas it has been charted. It has a lot more variation in terms of the color that's on the tops of these diamonds, so it does stand out a lot more than fairy dust diamonds do. But that's our only AB that's in this particular kit. And I think we have 1 or 2 more fairy dust colors that we'll get to when we get to. Diamond Art Club square drills, I feel like tend to be some of the best quality on the market. They're very consistent in terms of size and shape, and pretty limited in terms of how much trash you're going to see. Trash diamonds are diamonds that aren't usable for any number of reasons. The main one being if there are tabs sticking off the side or if they're inconsistent in terms of size and shape. And Diamond Art Club square drills, especially the ones that they're putting out now, they're really top notch in terms of quality, and issues like that are pretty rare to run into with their drills. Square drills are actually slightly smaller than round drills are, which is why I commented at the beginning about how by them doing this kit with square drills, we're going to get a little bit more detail. Here we've got another Fairy Dust Diamond, Z318. It is a darker gray, and the darker the color, the more clearly that fairy dust coating does pop, so you can really see it on these. We have one more strand here. And we're getting into the colors that we just have the smallest amounts of, including, I think this is our last fairy dust color, Z722. My guess right off the bat is that this one is going to be in the orange cat. And that's my guess, but we'll see if maybe I'm wrong about that. So you see that fairy dust coating. I'll leave you zoomed in just in case there is another special drill if I miscounted in here. And you can kind of see the colors we just have the smaller amounts of here. No, that was the last one. So there's all of our diamonds. Just looking at them in the bags, my first impressions are that they look like the quality I've come to expect from DAC. I didn't really see trash in there. They looked really consistent in terms of size and shape. So hopefully we'll be in good shape there. Now let me take a look at this canvas ahead of you for just a moment to get a quick peek at where the different special drills are, and then we'll take a look together. I'll be right back. As a quick recap, we had 4 fairy dust colors. We had a darker gray, an orange, a light blue that we had 2 big bags of, and a pretty good sized bag of olive green. Starting down here at the bottom, right off the bat, the light orange color that we have in the orange cat, both down here in his body as well as the bright orange that's in his head. That's where orange fairy dust is going to go. I love it. The white that you see in this kit is going to be white AB. Any kind of pure white colors like you see here where it's just really popping, it's really kind of stark white, that's going to be a white AB. I'll still point it out as we go, but just as an FYI. So the white outline you see here and the little white outlines here are white AB, as are the whiskers on this cat. Little magic motes against her dress, as well as the whiskers in this kitty over here. And the magic motes, we have some more over here. The olive green fairy dust, there's quite a lot in this witch's outfit. There's chunks of it in her shoes, which those heels are so cute. There's also a lot in her dress. You're going to be doing a lot of line blocking, so if you like to use something like a 12 placer, you can really zip through that. It's this particular shade of green right here. Sorry, I think my finger moved. So it's one of the medium tones. It's not one of these darker ones, and it's not the lightest. It's this in between. And so there's lines of it in her dress, all throughout her dress going up. This cat over here is largely made up of the gray fairy dust. So all of his body color here and in his head, that main gray color is going to be gray fairy dust. We have more white AB magic motes over here. We also have some white ABs in this cat's whiskers and in the magic motes against the bookcase over here. There's some of the light blue fairy dust actually in this jar. There's kind of a light blue color you see. It's also this light blue outline on the side of her body, like her dress here and her arm. And the top of this cat's head is blue fairy dust, that's really cute actually. There's also some of the gray fairy dust in here at the brim of her hat, as well as up here in her hat. A little bit extra sparkle there. More of the olive green fairy dust in this gal's dress. Again, that medium toned green color all through her dress and her sleeves there. This white outline at her shoulder is white AB. Now this kitty might be orange, but no fairy dust in this kitty except for the white that you see over here is white AB. Now remember how we had 2 really big bags of the blue fairy dust color, that light blue fairy dust? The main spot you're going to see that is actually in this background. It is color blocked all through this background color, and it's in the window, which a lot of times when you see a window and it's like, okay, there's light coming through it, it really does make sense for that to be a special drill because it kind of gives it more of a shimmery effect. So we have blocks of the blue fairy dust color right next to this white AB. Again, any of that kind of stark white color you're seeing in this kit is going to be white AB. So all of the white in that window is white AB. Take take a quick peek over here. I don't think I see special drills in these jars or anything. No, not really. There's a little bit of blue fairy dust on the side profile of this cat, these lighter colors. And then in this gal's hat, kind of the underside here, I know I've got a little glare going on. This green, and this green, that's all our green fairy dust color. There's also a bit of the green fairy dust in one of the lighter green colors in the leaves of this hanging ivy plant. Finally, I think the only other special drill I see in this piece is the white whiskers of this cat are going to be white ABs. So yeah, anytime you see white whiskers in these cats, they're going to be white ABs. They just sparkle as they should. So yeah, for the most part, it's in the gal's outfits, a bit in the cats, a lot in that background over there. But overall, this artwork, I feel like it having a more neutral color palette and not necessarily being super vibrant and in your face. I think that, in my opinion, lends itself to a little bit more muted special drill effect too, where kind of the more neutral fairy dust, a little bit of AB, but not too heavy-handed. I'm a big fan of the orange fairy dust that's in our orange cat. It looks like, do we think he's in possession of the one brain cell at the moment, or do we think that it is currently missing and maybe this cat over here currently has it? Oh man, we had an orange cat once, and he was really something. I'm telling you what. I know that they say that, oh, cats' personalities aren't really necessarily based on what color they are. I don't care. Like, I have seen such distinct personalities between different cat colors and breeds and stuff that are very, very, very distinct. So I don't know how much I believe that, but I love the orange cat one brain cell theory so much. Anyway, you guys, totally sidetracked, but that's all right. Here's a quick recap of this kit. It is called Cat Cafe. It's by the one and only fabulous ChrissaBug, whose artwork at Diamond Art Club always turns out so beautifully. I just completed one that I'll have a post review for you on soon. It's called Mani, God of the Moon. It's one of her mythological figures, so a little bit different in terms of the overall look of it compared to this one. But these pieces by her that have like room style pieces with lots of little details, lots of little things going on. I've seen completions of these kits too. I think they look really nice. So if you're interested in seeing some reviews of completed kits by a particular artist, you can actually search by artist on Diamond Art Club's website. So you can go and look at ChrissaBug's kits there and take a look at the reviews, and people often post pictures of completed kits. So you can click through and see, okay, this is how our artwork tends to translate if you like. The release time again is tomorrow, and it's at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're in the Diamond or Ruby tier of the rewards program, you do get that half an hour early access window. If this kit happens to sell out in the early access window, they do hold back stock to put out during the general release, so you can always check back if you miss out. And yeah, let me know what your guys' first impressions are of this one. Is it going to be on your shopping list for the weekend, on your wish list for someday, or one you're going to enjoy vicariously through others? Isn't this weekend a killer set of releases? My gosh, when it rains, it pours in a good way. Yeah, good stuff coming out this weekend, you guys. Let me know if you're going to be grabbing anything. Best of luck to you if you're shopping. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful and fun. If you would like to see more from me, please subscribe. I do unboxings and reviews from a variety of different companies, as well as weekly whip and chats if you want some company while you're crafting, and of course, diamond painting tutorials and how-tos. It's all diamond painting all the time here, and I'd love to have you. Either way, though, I hope you're doing very, very well, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye, guys.